Hi, it's Jean with Captain Stitches, and this is Little Stitches, the newest addition that you all are enjoying to the Stitching Cottage. And she just wanted to say hello this evening and show you how cute and how much she is growing. So to report on her progress, she is doing very well. She is learning new things every day and is such a great emotional support little puppy. And she is a miniature schnauzer for those of you that may wonder, but she's ready to get down, so we'll let her down for this evening. And excuse me for that, but welcome everyone. It is time for my week in review. It's Sunday evening, so time to invite you into my Stitching Cottage and share with you everything that I have either worked on or made progress on during the past week, as I always like to share with you what goes on behind the scenes in the Stitching Cottage. So first of all, we will go ahead and show the progress on the Round Robin Quilt Challenge, which this week the viewers, you that watch, voted on the final round for the Round Robin Quilt Challenge, and you chose the piano key border and also embroidery. So I am still working on the embroidery, so I only have the two sides of the piano key border sewn on at this time, which will give you just a little bit better look at that, which I wasn't holding that out, so I guess you didn't get too good a look. Here, my arms aren't quite long enough. It's getting rather big, but so that is the Round Robin Quilt Challenge, and the embroidery that I am working on the cornerstones is this cute little block that I came up with the design. Try and get it in there for you to see, but it does say day complete. It has the heart, the thread, the thimble, the needle, and some patches of fabric on there. So I have the one complete. It is attached to the piano key border, and I have 3 more of those to complete, and then I will be able to add those on, and the quilt will be finished, ready to layer and quilt and then bind. So great progress made in that quilt in a lot quicker time than what I thought I would be making it in, but it's really been enjoyable. And excuse me, but Stitches just hit the tripod down there. And then also I have been working on the Jellied Charm quilt, which is our quarterly quilt along project for the first quarter. And I do have, and of course this, I'm going to try and back up for you so you can see it a little better. But I do have all the blocks made and all the rows sewn together for that. And had to pick that up. Stitches decided she wanted to help with that. And then I also have all of the strip sets sewn together that will be subcut for the piano key border on that. And there are several of those here, but they are all sewn together, and all I have to do is subcut them, and they will be used as one of the borders for the Jellied Charm quilt. So really making great progress on that. And I also, when I was looking through some other things, I can't remember what I was looking for at the time. I'm always looking through stuff in the Stitching Cottage, but I came across a little rolled up pack, and I think they were probably considered fat eighths. I'm not sure, but there were about 13 of them in this little roll, and I had totally forgotten that I had them. I don't even know where I got them from or when I got them or why, but they kind of piqued my interest, which often happens in our sewing rooms. Those of us that have things, sometimes we forget what we have gotten. We're working on something, some things get put to the side, and they just suddenly appear when we are looking for other things. But I decided that I wanted to make a little quilt out of those fabrics, and so I had to go into my stash, and I chose this light green fabric and this pink one to go along with it, and I made some scrappy 9 patches and snowball blocks, and I'm calling it a Scrappy 9 Spring Quilt. But that is the quilt top there. And throughout the process of making this, I keep kind of changing my mind on how I'm going to use it when it is done. And because you know me, I love embroidery and embellishing, so I have decided before I quilted, I am actually going to do some embroidery in the middle of each one of those snowball blocks. So that will take a little bit extra time to complete. And I do have the backing and the binding all ready to go for that quilt when that is completed. And as I was watching Debbie over on In Quilt Effect this afternoon, she started off by showing us a little envelope that she had made out of some leftover 9 patch blocks, or she made the 9 patch blocks and then put them together into a little envelope. So while watching her, I had some leftover 9 patches from making this quilt, so I took a couple, put them together, and quickly also made a little 9 patch envelope. Mine's not tacked down and totally finished yet, but I was thinking I was going to use it for the label on the back of this little quilt, but because I think it's going to be on a table, that would leave a little thick bump there. So what I decided, I still have some other scraps of leftover fabrics from making this quilt. I'm going to make some little coasters, and I'm going to use this to keep the coasters in. So that's how I'm going to use my little envelope. And let's see, what else did I get accomplished in the Stitching Cottage this past week? Many of you may have noticed on my Tip Demo Wednesday that I showed how I do hand quilting in the hoop. So I did get some of the hand quilting done on the concentric log cabin quilt that I am making. And that is the majority of the projects and all the progress that I made in the Stitching Cottage this week. Of course, there are always other things going on, a lot of planning, sorry about that, a lot of scheduling. We shall pick her up so that doesn't happen again. And things that go on like that. One of the things that I do want to let you know to keep on the watch for more details on is I am finalizing the plans for my first annual charity quilt marathon, and that will be a YouTube live streamed via Zoom, so that others that want to get up on the panel and quilt along with me, having a marathon of just stitching and making up some charity quilts. That is what we will be doing that day. It's the month of February, so it's time to give from the heart, and that's why I chose February to do that. The date will be the 25th, I believe it is, of February. I will check and make sure and put that correctly in the description box below, but it's the last Sunday in February, and it will be from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can check my Facebook group, my business page, or my charity group for more information and details on those as they become available. But working on that and finalizing the plans and coordinating for that great fun day, a day of charity quilting, giving from the heart. So that is everything that Stitches and I have for you today to share what I have been doing in the Stitching Cottage this past week. I hope that I have inspired you to work on your projects, to make progress, and to have a great fun time. So take care, everyone, and remember, in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.